So we are heading into Week 7 of the NFL season. The 49ers set to take on the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday in a Super Bowl rematch.
That's right. We're talking about that matchup and more as former NFL player and Super Bowl champ Robert Turbin joins us on the set today.
Good morning, sir. Thanks for being with us.
What's up? How we doing?
We're doing fantastic. Okay, so we were going to talk about Chiefs-Niners, but first I want to get to the Davante Adams trade this week.
Right.
I guess from your position as a former player, do you see this working for the Jets?
I do. Relationship is everything. Mm-hmm. You reach a threshold in your career where that matters even more than the team and its success and what they're doing in that particular season. There's a relationship with Davante and Aaron Rodgers, and so naturally, and Nathaniel Hackett for that matter, Alan Lazard. So naturally, I think that's going to work. And Raider fans should be happy about this. I mean, like, think about it. What was Davante Adams really giving the Raiders right now? Except good routes on film.
But no catches.
And what was the Raiders doing for Davante Adams at this point of his career, right? I mean, he's 32 years old. He knows that, the twilight zone.
The next couple years.
And so you want to be somewhere where you're happy.
So we as people watching forget that you are your real people.
Right.
How difficult is that when all your business is out there? You're unhappy with the team or they're talking about trading you and all that stuff. Yeah. Does it get in your head?
It can, especially when you're a young player and you're not necessarily used to that sort of attention or scrutiny. But that's where the veteran players come into play, the leaders on the team in the locker room come into play to help you navigate that. Agents and things of that nature can be impactful as well. Perhaps you have some family with prior experience playing professionally. That comes into play as well to help you navigate all of those things.
So we mentioned earlier we got the big game this weekend. It's Chiefs-Niners rematch of the Super Bowl. To this point, to me at least, neither one of these teams have looked like they're heading back to the Super Bowl to this point. But are you seeing things come together for the Niners? And the Chiefs obviously are undefeated, but they haven't looked like the Chiefs.
Well, I think the Chiefs are in a good place because they handle adversity so well. Historically, they've handled adversity so well. And they still have their core guys in place that I think they're going to be fine throughout the season. Chris Jones still on defense. You still got Pat Mahomes, obviously. Travis Kelce is there. And Juju Smith-Schuster, who's not necessarily a main guy, was hugely impactful when they beat the 49ers it was against the Eagles in Arizona when they won that Super Bowl. And so you have to think about the Chiefs, they're fine. The 49ers, on the other hand, I think they're fine too. They're no stranger to slow starts of the season.
Yeah, that's true.
They're at a disadvantage because their main guys are injured. We want them to do. So they kind of they just have to weather the storm. And I wouldn't even really call it a storm. They just kind of have to ride this wave where it's going to be sort of up and down until they can get their guys healthy consistently and they can get back to being the 49ers.
So the 49ers get a little mini break because they played on Thursday, but the Chiefs got a full bye week. As a player, you guys get beat up and all this stuff. How big of a difference is it to have a little extra time?
It really helps. It depends on when it is during the season. Like, we hate the early bye weeks. Week 4, week 5. That does nothing for us, okay? But the mid-season bye week, week 8, week 9, it's the perfect time, all right, to be able to recoup, regather your thoughts, recover your body. And every coach is different. Coach Pagano, when I was in Indy, he gave us about 3-4 days off. And when I was in Seattle, we got the whole week off. All right,
with Coach
Carroll. You know what I mean? Exactly. And we love that. All right. But all of it is, positive for us. Just depends on when the bye week is.
Okay, can we do a quick? We're going to do a true false, NFL true false.
All right,
we're
let's
just
do it.
Rapid fire.
Okay.
Ask you a question. Just answer true false.
Let's do it.
True false. 49ers window for winning a championship closes this year.
False.
Oh, okay.
True or false? Patrick Mahomes walks weird.
False.
False. True or false? Antonio Pierce will finish his contract with the Raiders.
False.
Ooh.
True or false? Eagles coach Nick Sirianni has the most punchable face in the NFL.
True.
True.
Yeah.
True or false? Bill Belichick coaches in the NFL next year.
True.
True or false? Would Robert Turbin run for 10,000 yards in Shanahan's system?
True.
True. Very true.
What is it about that system for a running back?
It just creates, it creates options, multiple options for the RB.
Yeah.
And so a lot of freedom. When you have a lot of freedom, you can be successful.
True, false. John Dabkovich runs for 1 yard in the Kyle Shanahan. Can I get 1 yard?
Oh, yeah, that's true. You got it. You got it.
1 yard, then I'm out for the season. Okay, you're going to stick around because we're going to do Child's Play coming up in a bit where my daughter is going to pick the games. I'm curious to get your thoughts on a 5-year-old's picks. By the way, she's having a good year. So,
Is she?
All right, Robert, thank you so much for checking out.